140 states have ratified the Convention of the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide since its adoption in 1948. In addressing the issue of prevention, the High Commissioner for Human Rights said that although the world has a collective responsibility to prevent genocide, individual states have a primary role and a higher stake in putting a stop to the crime.
The ultimate responsibility for preventing genocide lies with states. The UN has done a great deal to draw attention to this, but what states should do, in my view, is to incorporate these serious crimes in their national legislation, to set up human rights organizations, to have independent judiciaries, to promote education and proper values so that individuals will be insulated from propaganda that encourages them to kill their neighbors.
The first genocide conviction took place in 1998 at the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda. The trial was set up to try suspects of the 1994 Rwandan genocide that left more than 800,000 people dead. The UN also established the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia to try those responsible for serious violations of international human rights and international humanitarian law committed during the war in the Balkans in the 1990s. Pillay said genocide is the utmost form of discrimination.
Discrimination on the grounds of race, religion, and the other grounds are mentioned lead to atrocities and violence against those groups. And this is why we have to address all forms of discrimination. And we have to learn to respect the other and learn tolerance for differences. Because in little ways they then escalate if they're not addressed and leads to one group becoming so hostile against the other that they resort to killing or exterminating that group, amounting to genocide.
The Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda and for the former Yugoslavia preceded national tribunals in Cambodia and Sierra Leone, which have also addressed the crime of genocide. The international community has also established a permanent international criminal court, and 108 countries have accepted its jurisdiction, which includes the prosecution of genocide. Pillay said these UN tribunals address one aspect of genocide through punishing perpetrators, but she also notes that the most important purpose of the convention is to prevent genocide from taking place.
As in any justice system, we have to deal with the question of impunity. You cannot, for instance, prosecute an individual for stealing a loaf of bread and yet not prosecute individuals at the top who are responsible for the deaths and rapes of thousands of people. And that's the importance of criminal prosecution.
An important role of the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights is to monitor for early warning signs of atrocities, incidents, or forms of discrimination that could lead to genocide. It has field presence in over 50 states. TITV Weekly.